Senator Remy challenges finance minister. Tobago tutor seeks budget details. Argyle farmers want boost in agriculture. And in sport, FC Phoenix awaits TTPFL's fate. Good evening, I'm Patricia Nicholson-Richards. This is the Tobago Updates television news for Wednesday, 28th June 2023. To our top story, for 5 years, the THA received less than its budgeted allocations from the central government. When questioned about it in the Senate, Finance Minister Com Imbert claimed lower national revenues resulted in reduced allocations. Here's Candice Jackson with the details.
Independent Senator Dr. Maria Dillon Remy filed a matter on the adjournment at the 25th sitting of the Senate regarding a shortfall in funding for the Tobago House of Assembly between 2017 and 2021.
Adding up to $138.925 million. Given the fact that Tobago has lacked sufficient monies for its development over the years, and given the fact that the THA currently owes contractors, suppliers.
Dr. Dillon Remy also pointed out that the matter spanned several administrations between the central government and THA.
So whether it is PNM in Tobago, PNM in Trinidad, whether it is UNC or Partnership in Tobago and PNM or whoever is in Tobago, the thing has been the same. So it is not, I don't think it has anything to do with party.
In response, Finance Minister Com Imbert first admitted that there was a shortfall. However, he explained the difference was made up from the revenue collected by the THA. Under the law, taxes from Tobagonians and Tobago-based businesses are paid directly to the THA. It was listed under the non-cash releases item on the national budget statement.
It's really a kind of sleight of hand, maybe. But you have to add the two, so that the actual releases to the THA in 2017 fiscal was not $1,988,000,000. It was really $2,045,000,000.
Additionally, Imbert stated that reduced revenue collected by the government from the energy sector within that period resulted in all ministries and sectors receiving less money.
Now, the THA's allocation is based on the estimates of expenditure and revenue.
Despite all parts of the national budget receiving less allocations, the finance minister stated that the THA's reduction was less than other ministries and sectors, which was the case for 2017.
So the THA got only a 2.4% reduction, but the country got a 23.7% reduction in allocations.
Imbert said he explained all these details in a letter to the Chief Secretary, Fali Augustine, who inquired about the shortfall. However, Augustine is not satisfied with the response and is exploring legal options to obtain the outstanding balances. I am Candice Jackson reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
An online model for independent learning, continuous teacher and instructor training, as well as capacity enhancement towards the delivery of 21st century education and skills. These are among the plans for education announced by Chief Secretary Fali Augustine in Monday's budget presentation. However, Tobago Tutor Officer Braden Roberts said the ideas sounded lofty, but it lacked a plan for execution. Here are the details.
While Tobago traditionally welcomes leatherback turtles annually to lay their eggs, Save Our Sea Turtles Tobago recorded an increase in nesting turtles so far this month. As a result, they decided to increase awareness of the importance of turtles to the environment.
And that's not the story that we were going to, so let's do that again. All right, we go to a quick break and come back with more.
This is how it's gonna go. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up and look, 'cause this is your show.
Are you flood ready? Review and update insurance coverage. Install floodgates and barriers. Create a family flood plan. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Jimmy's Holiday Resorts has 1, 2, and 3 bedroom, fully self-contained apartments located at the heart of Crown Point. Minutes walk to the popular beaches, restaurants, bars, and the airport. Enjoy our amazing amenities such as fully equipped apartments, complete with Wi-Fi, AC, TV, and a pool, and a mini-mart on the compound. Call 639-8292 or 8929. Jimmy's Holiday Resorts is your family's home away from home.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Right now, Tobagonians are just currying down to Bonaccord, right in Stobie Local Road. You know why? To come down and shop at Authentic Builders General Hardware, the only hardware store in Tobago that is giving you guys Trinidad prices. So for instance, such as steel, 1/2 inch and 5/8, $7,895. 5/8 construction ply for $260. Every single thing that you will need to do your home renovation or start your new construction, we have it right here. And to get your quotation, it's very easy. Just WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will do your free WhatsApp quotation for you.
Let's go back to a story we wanted to bring you earlier. An online model for independent learning, continuous teacher and instructor training, as well as capacity enhancement towards the delivery of 21st century education and the skills. These were among the plans for education announced by Chief Secretary Farley Augustine in Monday's budget presentation. However, Tobago Tutor Officer Braden Roberts said the ideas sounded lofty, but it lacked a plan for execution. Here's Candice Jackson with the details.
Chief Secretary Farley Augustine wants to develop an online system for education that allows students to learn independently while teachers monitor their progress periodically. Tobago Tutor Officer Braden Roberts supports the initiative but has reservations.
Because it's not just to have an idea how it is to be done. Technology needs to be built out in such a way where it can afford online engagement.
Roberts raised concerns about devices for both students and teachers to access the platforms, while many places in Tobago remain challenged by data connectivity.
Until you have something built out in a particular way, I don't know that we should just go throwing out the idea. There's a lot to be done. We are very far behind in preparing for online engagement.
The THA requested $574.31 million for the management of the Division of Education, Research and Technology. Roberts has no objections to the total of the request, but he wondered whether the THA considered a plan for receiving less money from central governments.
So what if they don't get 500 million? What if they only get 200 million? What would be the effects on Tobago in terms of education? So we need to get a proper breakdown of that. I hope that that's what they are working on behind the scenes.
According to the Tutor Tobago officer, even though some teachers receive their gratuity and outstanding payments, a backlog still exists.
So what I'm hoping to see is What are the arrears of the current Division of Education? What are the arrears? The money that we are asking for, how much of that will be needed to cover the arrears? Because as we indicated on the show before, we have increments, gratuity, arrears for teachers, which will be close to $9 million.
Debate on the budget is scheduled for Thursday and Friday. I am Candice Jackson reporting for Tobago Update Television News.
Ramesh Rajman, president of the Argyle United Farmers Development Group, appeared on Tobago Update's brunch, A Taste of Tobago. In the interview, Rajman made a clarion call for Tobagonians to revert to agricultural practices as a means of boosting our local economy. Janae Campbell has more in this report.
Tobago once had a productive agricultural output. However, after Hurricane Flora, this sector was hit savagely. From 1963 to present, the island is yet to restore these glory days for agro production.
So we were the food basket for Trinidad and probably the Caribbean.
Okay,
right?
Interesting.
So looking at where we are now, we are importing food to Tobago from Trinidad, and we ought not to be in that position.
He further noted that the youth hold the keys for sustainability of the sector here in Tobago.
In order for agriculture to be sustainable, that we're talking about long term, we need to empower the young minds. Because the young mind, if we don't have them to take over in the agricultural sector, we'll have a lost society where food sustainability is concerned.
Mr. Rajman expressed that the AUFDG should have been consulted before the budget as they have some unique challenges that need to be addressed urgently.
Our roads are bad, our drainage system are bad, we have no water, we have no electricity, and these are things that we need infrastructure-wise in order to drive the economy and make ourselves in the agriculture sector and make ourselves more food sufficient.
Ultimately, when asked about the next step going forward, Ramesh pointed that we need less talking and more action if we really want to advance the sector here in Tobago.
Food security is not just having a conversation about it. We must have committees set up, right? Steering committees that will address that specific needs. And we must not just have talkers, we must have people who are willing to work, do the work.
Other solutions included incorporating agri-education into preschool and primary school syllabi. Janae Campbell reporting for Tobago Updates News.
So there's a lot of debate regarding how much the THA should be allocated in the national budget. Reporter Luke James Trim sought answers from Tobagonians. Here are their responses.
Welcome. And on this segment here on Tobago Updates Television, we will be focusing on Tobago Says. Yes, we are right here in the streets of Scarborough to hear your thoughts and your opinions on the national budget. And the question today is, do you think Tobago deserves more from our national budget? So join us, let's go to hear your opinions.
The money is very much inadequate where we are getting. And they're supposed to do something about it. And that is very serious and it's an urgent matter.
Including me myself, I need work because I'm not working nowhere. And I find Tobago can get more because you have plenty of people out of jobs right now.
The more we get, the better we should be, and then I want to see them put the money into good use.
The more money for Tobago, the better for them. You know, better for my grandchildren and them, children and them. Yes. So you get development, let things happen. Let things happen.
What is going on? That cost of living is more expensive in Tobago than in Trinidad, and we need more money to operate, effectively.
We need it very much. Yes. Because Tobago, we want to develop and all of that, so, right. So we need it.
We need a lot of development. For instance, look, we want a proper bus terminal up to now we can. When rain fall, we get in where there. This is not a proper place to be sheltered when rain come to wait for the government bus, the PTA bus.
More news when we return.
you flood ready? Monitor trusted sources for info. Wear protective gear when you clean up. Contact your insurance provider to assess the damage. An initiative to help people prevent, prepare, recover. TATIL, where people are people.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider TATIL will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. TATIL, where people are people. You know what I mean.
October will never be better. With Tobago, carnival fever. Book your passage and come on. Oh.
Television news. A basic human activity that helps us connect with our surroundings is walking. It is a simple but effective action that connects us to nature. The community walk around the tract at Montgomery Recreational Ground was commissioned yesterday. Reporter Bianna Brebner has more in this story.
Despite the inclement weather, the Chief Secretary, assemblymen, villagers and well-wishers came out to the commissioning of the newly constructed 1.16 million walk-around track at the Montgomery Recreational Grounds. With remarks from the president of the Bethel Village Council, Mrs. Erna Noel Moore, and events coordinator of Bethel Sports and Cultural Organization, Mr. George Terence Joseph, they both highlighted that the walk-around track is an investment in the well-being of the community, both physically and emotionally. They both thanked the area representative for this new chapter in the community as he delivered what he had promised. Armed with the knowledge of what the community desired, using the demographics of the community as a key factor, Assemblyman and area representative for Bethel New Grange, Terence Baines, had this to say.
The project started on April 24th and we projected about 6 weeks for the work, the weather, of course, permitting. And we had some rains that kind of stopped us. Plus, Tuffy and I had a conversation. There was a football tournament taking place and we had to navigate through that and all of that. But albeit just in a little under 8 weeks, the project was completed, and I think that is remarkable.
Present was the Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, who delivered the feature address, and he had this to say.
It adds even more credence to why this walk-around track is important. As simple as it might look, but it's an important installation for the community of Bethel and environs, because it allows the community in a safe way to exert some positive energies. And so it's an opportunity for you to get out, get involved, and just start by walking.
The community watched with anticipation as the track came to fruition. Applause erupted at the cut of the ribbon, in which all invited guests, led by the Chief Secretary, made 2 laps around the track. I am Bianna Brebner reporting for Tobago Updates Television News.
In an advertisement posted by the Public Service Commission, the position of Clerk of the Tobago House of Assembly has been advertised for suitable candidates. In accordance with Regulation 16(1) of the Civil Service Regulations pursuant to the Civil Service Act, Chapter 2301 of the Revised Laws of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, One of the main features of the role of this position is that the officer advises the presiding officer and the members of the Assembly on parliamentary practice and procedures. Additionally, the officer is responsible for managing the administrative services of the THA, including organizational planning, events management, human resources, and assisting the presiding officer in the management of the proceedings of the House. The position of clerk of the THA requires the prospective office holder to possess a bachelor's degree in social sciences or law with relevant postgraduate studies, as well as the relevant experience and training. The maximum age requirement for the post is 50 years, and the deadline for application for this important position is July 17th. In some other news, yesterday was an exciting day for persons who were interested in becoming business owners, as a business education training session was held at the Shore Park Cultural Complex.
Assemblyman Sonny Craig delivered a motivational speech to a wide cross-section of emerging entrepreneurs who attended the Reach Education training. The session began with welcome remarks, followed by lectures on how to start a business, sourcing capital, managing personal funds, and banking for persons.
Today we are here for a business education session. It doesn't matter your profile now, whether you are broke, whether you're well on your way, whether you're only dreaming as you're sitting here. You have life, you have amassed enough courage to come here and sit down, and once you could understand what you are taught and implement it, and you treat your business as a living, breathing organism, you will succeed.
Juni Bacchus would have given some tips on licensing and certificates for businesses.
Businesses that has employees, for example, if your business is part-time, you're working 8 to 4, and at your business you will have employees there for the day. Your business you must have the NBTT, the National NIBTT certification, that's National Insurance Board of Trinidad and Tobago certification.
This is Tanika Cruikshank for Tobago Updates Television News.
Sport is next.
The buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules, or if you are having a cooking day off.
Welcome to our sports segment. Residents from the communities of Bethel and Susulands will now benefit from a walk around the track at the Montgomery grounds. Marcus Daniel has more in this story.
The 1.1 million walk-around track at the Montgomery Recreation Ground was commissioned yesterday. Among the guests in attendance were Chief Secretary Farley Augustine, Area Representative of Bethel Moncturvin, and Secretary for Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, Pastor Terence Baines, along with several other assemblymen. According to Pastor Baines, the project was delivered within time and budget. It was constructed by Paul Roberts General Contractors. He added that 10 young men from the community were employed by the contractor over the 8-week period. While encouraging maximum usage of the track, Pastor Baines said the intent is to make the recreational ground a hub for healthy activities.
This ground in particular is one of the most used spaces in the western part of the island, I may even venture to say perhaps it is the most active on the island. The amount of people that use it, the different sporting organizations that take advantage of the space. And we have to, as it was said earlier, we have to take care of the space. We have to maximize on it. We are going to put in some other things as time go on.
Meanwhile, Chief Secretary Fali Augustine said the track allows the community in a safe way to exert some positive energies. He added that his executive will continue to create more and more opportunities for young people to find things to do with their free time other than just linemen on the block.
As simple as it might look, but it's an important installation for the community of Bethel and environs because it allows the community in a safe way to exert some positive energies.
Augustine said no amount of money will mean anything to Tobago if we have an unhealthy population. Modern lifestyles now require that we get healthy and be very purposeful in our engagement in physical activities, said Augustine. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
FC Phoenix received a buy-in to the round of 16 of the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League Knockout Cup, which kicked off today. It's Marcus Daniel again.
The competition involves clubs from the TTPFL Tier 1 and Tier 2, giving teams from all communities across the country the chance to compete for the title. The Canaan-based Phoenix currently sits atop Tier 2 of the TTPFL. Following today's opening round of matches, the 5 winners will join 11 clubs inclusive of Phoenix in the round of 16, which will take place on 1st July. Tobago's other representative at the national level, Bethel United, is currently 5th on the Tier 2 standings and will have to do battle in the preliminary round. Today they faced off against Cunupio FC, who finished at the bottom of the Tier 2 standings. We will provide results of that game in a subsequent newscast. The preliminary round will feature 5 matches involving the lowest ranked Tier 1 clubs versus the lowest ranked Tier 2 clubs as per TTPFL standings as at Monday 26 June 2023. The quarterfinals and semifinals will be held on 4th July 2023 and 7th July 2023 respectively. For the details of the PFL Knockout Cup will be announced at the round of 16 draw. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
We go to a quick break and come back with more.
Looking for a place for your loved ones? Heavenly Care welcomes you. Located at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors, we offer a variety of services. These include doctor visitations, social activities, geriatric care, and much more. Contact us at 277-9595 or visit us at Northside Road opposite Massey Motors. At Heavenly Care, compassion is at the heart of all care.
Advertise with Tobago Updates. Call 284-6597. If you have a small or large business, we can get your information in front of the masses. Reach our rapidly growing viewership on Facebook and YouTube. Promote your brand in Trinidad and the Caribbean through M&E TV Now and Gayel. Yes, we can build unique ads for your business. Call now 284-6597 and advertise with us.
Winston Earl Gordon, the banker, musician and friend, was laid to rest yesterday. Bianna Brebner brings highlights as his life was celebrated by family and loved ones in this report.
Steel pan music echoed as the RBTT Redemption Songsetters Band led a processional walk from the Mount Pleasant Recreation Ground to the St. Patrick Anglican Church in honor of the late Winston Earl Gordon. The procession moves gracefully, guided by the infectious beat of the steel pan music, while the crowd sang and chipped to the beat of spiritual hymns. During the tributes, persons impacted by the interaction with Gordon shared their stories and memories with the mourners. Among them was Trinbago President Mrs. Beverly Ramsey Moore.
The steel pan community has lost a great asset. a pillar, a musician and friend. And so we celebrate his life and his contributions for more than 60 years. It is indeed a sad day for us. When you think of under my leadership, we've lost great men and pioneers like Anthony Williams, Owen Serrett, Michael Marcano, Nestor Sullivan, and now yes, I shed a tear. And I will continue to shed a tear because he impacted positively on the lives of several young people and several steel pan communities throughout our country.
Winston was remembered as a banker, a musician, a friend, and a grandfather. The eulogy detailed his progression from bank messenger to manager and to serving in various managerial positions at several institutions. Winston was a guy in demand who was humble and jovial. Beyond all his accomplishments, Winston's true legacy lies in the profound impact he had on the lives of others. I am Biana Brebner of Tobago Updates Television News.
Recapping the headlines, Senator Remy challenges Finance Minister. Tobago tutor seeks budget details. Argyle farmers want boost in agriculture. And in sport, FC Phoenix awaits TTPFL's fate. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.